unlock the vault of trading secrets where only the most savvy traders dare to venture. Dive into a world where your trading skills can unlock unlimited potential, turning you from a novice to a market maestro. Welcome to Crypto Cracker Secrets to Trading, where we peel back the layers of the crypto market for you. Make sure to subscribe and follow us to get access to member-exclusive content and rewards. Your journey to mastering crypto trading starts right now. Good morning. If you're gonna watch today's video, I would suggest if you don't want to hear bad news about Jasmy, don't watch. Turn it off because you're not gonna like this video at all. I'm just telling you, it was sort of very depressing last night when I was doing my research. And I'm going to be as real as I can be, and I'm going to show you as much proof as I can show you. And it's not good. It's not good. And I don't know. I don't know what to say, guys. So here's what I'm going to show you. All right, and it's just on Jasmy. So I've been watching the 1 minute chart on Jasmy, and I've been doing this now for 3 straight days. Okay, I've literally been watching the 1 minute chart. I wanted to watch the order books to get a better idea. Let me move this over. Okay, I wanted to watch the order books so I could get a better idea of exactly what is happening. And with these buy orders coming in, they are washing out. Okay, and these drops are monster wallets. I'm talking about wallets that hold almost 1 billion coins are driving these prices down. They're taking your liquidity and they're taking all of it. Okay, they're driving it down and manipulating the price. I trace this all the way back to Etherscan, like I did back in 2022, guys. And these big wallets, some of them are owned by Jasmy that are suppressing the price. There is also others that I've traced back that I cannot find any interaction with Jasmy. I don't know if they're owned by Jasmy. I can't prove that. But I can tell you right now, over the last several days watching the market, if you're watching these order books over here, you can see these transactions coming through. You can see these sell orders. The main ones is, if you're looking, my thing's writing away, it says 28,000. Okay, the 28,000 that they're selling, this has been taking place out of one wallet that I traced it to that has almost 1 billion coins that is suppressing it at this price. They are holding it down to where they want it to go back up. And then when it goes back up, they take all the liquidity. This little arch here that you're seeing, they let it go up. They sell a little bit, and then they start suppressing it back down with $28,000 sell orders, or 28,000 Jasmy sell orders, and it drives the price down. So they've been doing this. Look at this, right? Clean sweep. They just took all this liquidity right here. They just took all of this right here. They took it all, gone. They let it go up. They sold, took all this liquidity. They're doing this nonstop, nonstop. They're literally just taking all the liquidity. Look at this. And it's those $28,000 sell orders. So I've been watching this on the 1 minute chart to a T, okay? And when I traced it back like to these transactions, I'm watching these transfers on Etherscan going into these wallets and then going out to these exchanges. From there, that's where the price drop. I can't, it doesn't show anymore, right? But it's down to a few minutes that I'm seeing these transactions take place. So they are literally, these monster wallets are taking your coins, your investments. Where's it at? Here it is. This is Etherscan. This is based on holders and the amount that's in these wallets, right? And the value. You can see the value here. Some of these are actual exchanges. Okay, some of these are actual exchanges, which they're named, right? But if you look and you dive into some of these, you can see the amounts. This is the same amount as this wallet. These two wallets hold the same amount of coins, okay? $18 million, $18 million. You can go down and see this. Look down here. Same amount, same amount, same amount, same amount, same amount. Okay, they're different wallets, right? But a lot of these are where they bought down. If you look at the time frame when the coin was very, very low, over a year ago, they bought at the very bottom. And what they're doing is they padded these wallets, and then now they're issuing all of these coins out, and they're taking your liquidity. Some of these, like I said, I traced back to the developer wallet. I traced all the way back to the developer wallet. So I'm just telling you flat out right now, there's price suppression going on. Major price suppression going on with Jasmy. Okay? This is the only project that I've looked into this, but I was watching this over the last I literally spent 8 to 10 hours Wednesday, 8 to 10 hours Thursday, 8 to 10 hours. For all I did was watch the 1 minute chart. I sat in my seat and watched the chart. I promise you, I am not lying to you. This is 100% happening. And so you're seeing this sideways movement because the market makers, which are a few market makers, control billions of coins. And that's where they want the price. They're not letting it move up. They are not letting it move up. So as soon as, $100,000 comes in, you see it, okay? You see it move up, and they literally just take all that liquidity. They're taking your liquidity. Yes, I'm not trying to spread FUD. I'm telling you facts, okay? Facts. Now, last night, I spent 3 hours looking at the chart and breaking down Bitcoin and breaking down the high and what has happened and progressed over the last 3 months, okay? This chart is very important because right now Jasmy is mirroring Bitcoin. It's mirroring Bitcoin. I'm watching it. Down to a T, guys. It's mirroring Bitcoin. At every single, on the minute chart, look, I can show you this, okay? Check this out. Watch this. So here's Bitcoin, or here's Jasmy. If I go to Bitcoin, it looks identical on the mirror chart, on the minute. Go to Bitcoin. Look at this. It looks identical. Goes up, and then it goes back down. I was watching the red candles, guys. When a red candle popped, Jasmy popped a red candle. When Bitcoin popped a green candle, Jasmy popped a green candle. Absolutely insane. 100% manipulation by the market. So I don't know. See this? You can see the arch. Look at this. And then red candle, red candle, red candle. This is Jasmy. This is Bitcoin. Red candle, red candle. Now watch. See it? See it right here? It's struggling. Watch what happens on the next 1 minute chart. I could sit here and prove this to you. If we watch this, we will watch this Bitcoin reflect what Jasmy is doing. It's crazy. It's crazy, but it is. It is. And they're just washing everything out. They're just literally washing it out. It goes up, and then they just wash it. So you're getting a sideways movement here because of price manipulation and price suppression, and they're controlling what they want it to do. 100%. So, and I'm not trying to spread FUD. I am just showing you the facts of what is happening here, proven through Etherscan on what's taking place with these wallets on Etherscan, okay, that I've traced back to the price suppression with Jasmy. So I'll be honest, I sold all my Jasmy yesterday. I got out of all of it. The only little bit that I have is a very, very, very small amount because I'm expecting the price to go down. And why I'm expecting the price to go down, if you're looking at this chart here, I gave you a breakdown of this chart. Here's back in 2018. So we had right here 537, I forget, it doesn't say the time frame here, but it's almost the identical on the amount of time from the low to the high until it balanced. And then it went up. So you can see 597% here. Did the same thing about the same amount of time here. And then it went up about the same amount of time here that it went up. 572%. So you can see the price increases are the same from this one down here to this one to this one, right? So these price increases are mirroring one another for Bitcoin. And then you can see the high in the time length down here mirroring what happened with each cycle. So what is this chart telling us on Bitcoin? What's going to happen next? This is going down. People are expecting it to reach its high. And the reason why is because the halving cycle hasn't happened. But the problem is we actually hit euphoria before the halving cycle because of Trump getting elected. That was supposed to happen. The cycle happened early, too early. It was supposed to happen later, right? But it happened earlier than we expected. So if you're a Bitcoin maxi, I'm just telling you, this chart is showing it's going to go back down. And you can see where it's supposed to hit. You can see the low here, 3,800 back in 19. You can see the low here, 16,000. Following this line, right, all the way to 35. So if we come back down, we might come all the way back down to 35. I'm just showing you what the charting is showing. And you can see I drew the lines, the parallel lines here, and bringing it up. It's literally, you can see every time it's crested this, it's corrected. It's corrected. Now, why does this have a part to do with Jasmy? If you're following me, it has everything to do with Jasmy. Okay? Because if it didn't, look, green candle on the minute, producing a green candle. Look what Bitcoin just did. Produced a green candle. It's producing a green candle. Guess what Jasmy's going to do? Produce a green candle. Green candle on the 1 minute. I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you. This is nuts. This is nuts. And when I was breaking it down, I'm sure Bitcoin is probably doing the same thing with these massive holders, right, that are suppressing the price. The whole market is being suppressed right now. The whole market is being suppressed. They're taking your liquidity, and they're taking it every time you invest. So this is what I'm saying. Jasmy had a huge price increase, okay? Had a massive price increase over the last, right here. If we back out, right, from down here, okay? This would have been the time to enter into Jasmy, down here. Not right now. Not right now. Now is not the time to be investing in anything. In anything. You're taking an extreme risk right now doing that. Because look at how much the market has went up, guys. Look at how much it's went up. I mean, just take your emotions out of this and just look at this for a minute. At how high the market has really went up. 1.6 thousand% Jasmy has went up. Dude, they're just gonna sell. Anyone that's invested down here, they're taking your liquidity up here. The same thing they did here. The same thing they did here. But this time, it's going to correct and come farther down. It's just part of the cycle. We're in the end of the cycle of the bull run. I promise you we are. Promise you are. It's a bad investment right now. It's a bad investment. If you got in down here, they're going to take your liquidity. That's all I got to tell you. Same with Bitcoin. Same with Jasmy. Go look at other coins. And the reason you're not seeing a lot of these altcoins go up, it's because you're looking at the wrong altcoins. This is the top 100 altcoins. Look at all these altcoins. These are based on the performance over 90 days, guys. Bitcoin's way down here. Bitcoin's way down here. Look at these altcoins that are overperforming. Doge, XDC, XLM. Some of these are very well-known coins. Okay, even Jasmy, right, is better performing than Bitcoin. We're in the altcoin season. Literally. It might not show it according to the market or the Bitcoin dominance, the chart here. It might not say that, right? But we are. The market, this cycle is different than any other past cycle. I'm just telling you, it's different. It's different. What you thought that you were going into and you knew, you better throw it all out the door. That's all I got to tell you. Because this cycle is not going to lay out exactly as it should. It's not. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen. I learned the hard way. And the only reason why is because I keep my mind open to different ideas and concepts, and I try to use information to get a biased opinion, not my own opinion. If I had my own opinion, I think we're still going up. But that's not what all of this research is telling me. The research is telling me something else. So when the influencers are telling you it's going to keep going up, it's going to $1, man, no, it ain't. No, it ain't. No, it is not. They're trying to take your liquidity. That's what exactly they're trying to do. And I've said some things that I wasn't right about. But now that I've done my research these last 3 days and digging into this more, my eyes have been open to what's going on in the market. Now, none of this is financial advice, so be careful, is what I'm telling you. Be very, very careful at throwing any money into any projects right now. Be extremely vigilant, because there are flags out there right now that's saying we're going down. Between Bitcoin, between Jasmy, there's red flags. I'm seeing them. If you're not diving into any of this, what's going on here, you're not going to see it. You're not going to see it. And the market makers are hoping that they take your liquidity. They're hoping that you come in so they can keep taking it, because they've invested in down here, which is where we should have been invested in. And if you got in down here, you better start taking your profits, is all I got to tell you. That's all I got to tell you. But guys, what I've seen, what I found through Etherscan, and some of this has been an eye-opener for me in these last few days. So, you don't have to listen to me. You can unfollow me. But I'm just here to prove to you exactly what's taking place with Jasmy and with Bitcoin and what I'm seeing. And everything is showing me it's going down. You said it looks same as ADA chart. I have not looked at ADA, but I can look real quick and see what it's showing. Well, let's just go back here and see how ADA is looking. I know ADA just had some influx of money come into the coin. It had a where is it at? I think I went past it. There it is. So here's ADA. So if you look at ADA, I can go into the trading view here and actually see what it's looking like. So you can see it was down back in 19. It was down. It came up 21. So right. So if you're looking at your 4-year cycle, you're looking at your date range. This is typically how these 4-year cycles they happen, right? So this is sort of the bottom and the low. That's what everyone said. These 4-year cycles. This is where we're at. Back. So right in there. This is what they say the 4-year cycle looks like. So if you're looking at the 4-year cycle from the low, this is where we should be. It doesn't go out that far, so it's kind of hard to show that. But I mean, it comes way down. I'd have to spend the time to sit here and look over the chart. But this, from the high to the low, from the time it went up to the bottom, was 795 days. So from the low to the high, 795 days. So see, we're sort of right in the middle if you're looking at that trend, right? So if you're trying to trend these out, this is the trend that it's following, right? So you can see these little corrections taking place in these right here, right? You can see these corrections. So you can see this right here, this little spike, right? Immediately the liquidity gets taken right here. Liquidity gets taken. So you can see how this trajectory, right? So you can sort of just eyeball real quick by throwing a chart up how this is playing out, right? And there's so many altcoins now, it's hard. You got to remember, the previous cycles, there wasn't as many altcoins for people to, like, there's so many projects out there now. So many projects out there now that it's the money is being distributed amongst more projects, which means the prices ain't going to go up as high as they did 4 years ago, because 4 years ago there was probably 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000 less projects. So all that money was flowing in between those smaller amount of projects, which makes the coin go up much higher. And you got to remember the market cap it plays into that, right? Because at a lower market cap, when there's less coins available and more money's flowing in, that price is going to skyrocket even higher. So when they sell, right, it's harder for the price to go up. That's why we're seeing Jasmy. It's difficult for the price to move up. But at the same time, you've got so many more holders holding billions of coins and suppressing the price down in the sell orders. And you can just see that from what I've showed here with Jasmy. And if you follow it down to the 1 minute chart, I mean, you can literally see what's taking place here with the coin where they're taking your liquidity. It's right here. I mean, right here, it went up, right? It went up. Look at this. And then they literally just sold and they took your liquidity. They're doing the exact same thing every time. It goes up and they take your liquidity. They're doing, look at this. I mean, they're washing it out every single time. They are allowing it to come down and touch this because that's when the volume is the highest. This is when the volume is the highest. So they know volume comes in because of consolidation. They let it go up and then they take it. They take it. And that is because they bought at the very low. See, they let it come down. They know volume is the highest, right? So they let it go up and then they take your liquidity. They literally take the liquidity. That's what they're doing. See, no different right here. They let it go up and then they take the liquidity, right? And then they let it go up and then they take the liquidity. I mean, this is the dynamics of investing. This is how market makers, they control the price, they control where they want it to go, they control the lows, they control the hot. They literally have full authority over the entire market. Now, if you want to become a market maker, this is what I'm telling you that we did not do, is we did not invest down here. Where you would have wanted to invest to become a market maker would have been down here when the price was 003. You would have wanted to put 10 grand in, 20 grand in. You would have had over 1 million coins, right? And then what you would do is you would follow exactly what these market makers are doing to a minute. And when they let it go up, when they see that it goes up and it goes up high enough, they start selling. That's what you would do. You'd sell 10,000 Jasmy, 20,000. That's what's happening in these buy orders that you see over here on the right. You can see in the sell orders, not buy orders, sell orders over here on the right, that this is what they're doing. 10,000 sell order, 10,000 sell. I mean, you can see it. 17,000 sell order, 17,000 sell order. This is the amount of Jasmy. That's where they are literally just controlling it. And these wallets are holding billions of coins. So they're not going to let it go up. They're going to suppress it. And here's the thing, if they watch these videos and they follow me and they've seen these videos, they could very well just stop and let the price go up. Like that. You are putting your trust in a market maker right now if you invest. 100%. I'm not. Sorry. I'm out. I'm out. I will wait until the market comes back down. And I hope you do the same because that's what really needs to take place. I don't want people to get burnt because I feel like that's what's coming. That is what's coming. Retail's getting burnt right now. Bad. So, yeah, guys, I mean, maybe it goes up to 10 cents. That's up to the market makers. I'm not. It's already went up 1,600%. I mean, Jasmy has had a heck of a roll up. It has had a heck of an increase. Not very many coins have had that amount of an increase in the last 6 months. There just hasn't. So altcoin season, the high was 87. Right here, 87 back in December. Right, it topped out. Now it's just going back down, which we can see with all the coins being liquidated. So I don't know. Look at all these percentages up. I mean, how high a lot of these coins have went up in the last 90 days. You can't tell me that's not an altcoin season. But everyone's expecting it to go in their coin. But those coins, I think there's too many projects out there. Too many projects out there taking the liquidity amongst all these projects. And it's not going to be in a euphoria like everyone is expecting. Zoom out and look at the big picture. Zoom out and look at the big picture, guys. You have to. You have to. Because if you don't, I don't you're not going to see exactly what's happening with all of these coins, and it's very very concerning. Let me go here, show you guys something. Okay, let's go to so this is the 1 month chart. I mean, look at this increase, guys. I mean, look at this. Do we really expect this to keep going up? Do we really expect this to keep going up? This is Bitcoin. Sorry, I need to go to Jasmy. Zoom in here so we can take a look at this. Okay, I know I got all these lines and stuff on here. I chart stuff out like crazy. Just to see how I do this, because the market makers constantly change their algorithms and their prices and stuff. So let's delete all these just so I can show you something here. So, you know, this is sort of interesting when you look at this, because if you look at this, we're sort of in the same, it looks like we're in the same position, right? And this is what I did in my previous video. I sort of showed that if it goes up, this is what we could see, right? That it could come up here, if it keeps going this direction, which is possible. But at this point, it's too much of a risk for me. It's too much of a risk versus a reward, because the reward would be if you bought down here and you're already up here, right? So if you're getting in now, you're taking a monster risk. I mean, the risk outweigh the reward right now. But you can see the liquidity comes up, and then literally the market makers just push it down. So they just took all this liquidity, 222.77 billion coins that were purchased, right? Even more than that, right? Because these sellers are suppressing it. They just took all of that, even more, right? Because this one was green, 27. So all of that just got taken by the market makers, which purchased down here. And then they allowed it to go up. They allowed it to go up. So because they allowed it to go up, this is where we're at right now. But I can tell you, we closed out this month lower than last month. Okay? So if you watch this is typically what happens, right? So this is the first red candle, right? And then we close out lower, right? So lower. So this is possible that we do this. And why that's possible is because if the market does not move up when Trump gets sworn in, the whole market's going to dump. I'm just telling you. If there is no movement when Trump gets elected and we don't see him do anything good for crypto, the whole market's going to take a dump. That's just my opinion, right? And that's a big risk right now, right? The risk for reward was smaller down here because it bottomed before Trump won the election. So it would have been beneficial to buy here, right? Because if you didn't win, okay, well, you're already at the bottom anyway. So what else can they do, right? So you're still good. But now that he's won the election, euphoria has came in and everyone's been buying. We're in euphoria right now. If you don't believe that, people are going to say, no, we're not. No, we're not. Yeah, I'm telling you right now, we are. I just showed you. Just go rewind the video back and show you with the altcoins, the Bitcoin dominance, right? And all the money that's coming in. I mean, you can see it. You can see the transition period of what's taking place. So this is the month. If you look at the 1 day chart, right? So here's the 1 day chart. We're still coming down, right? We're still coming down. Here's the red, right? So we're sort of hitting bottom. So at this point, we don't know if the market's going to go down or if it's going to go up. We don't know. We don't know right now what's going to happen, right? So it's a risk. But the market has already, I mean, the good thing is if you're buying down here, your risk is smaller than if you bought up here, okay? Because there's not a whole lot of difference between here, right? And it's bouncing, see that? So we're about to find out what's going to happen here, right? Because you can see every time, hang on it, you can see every time that it's touched that, right? So the trajectory, this is where we're at. It's possible that it moves up again, right? We produce a big candle, right? But the indicators that I'm looking at does not show this as a possibility. It shows more of a correction. It shows more of a moving down. And that move down is just going to be a slow move down. It ain't going to be a bam, a hard hit. Okay? But I'm not going to take that risk, right? Because if it comes all the way back down here, I mean, that's a substantial That's a substantial drop. So, and Not of Works was actually, he made a video and was talking about this as well. But yeah, you guys, Joshua, and yeah, you guys have to go watch the video. Start back up from the beginning, um, so that way you can see what's what I started talking about. Again, you know, this ain't financial advice. This is just me showing you what I've seen in this whole video. But yeah, it's the market makers are definitely suppressing it right now. So we don't know what they're going to do. We don't know if they're going to send it down. If volume don't pick up, it's going down, which is what Not of Work said. That's what I believe. And I believe that's where we're going. I believe the market is overstimulated. I believe it's overbought. The whole entire market, I believe, is overbought right now. So, and maybe I haven't looked at this, but this is would probably prove maybe that it is. Let's see here. Let's go to the 3 months and see what it shows on the 3 months. Hang on. I'm gonna add the indicator back here. I don't know why. Well, no. Let's delete that. This is the 3 month chart. I don't know why it's not showing I guess it just won't show on this. It won't show it on the mobile. I mean, if you look at it, it's still moving up, but there's got to be a correction at some point. I mean, it can't keep going up. It just can't. But let's see if the 6 month will allow me to show the. No, I ain't gonna do it. I'll only show it on the day for some reason. I don't know why it won't let me. Just shows it on the weekly. So, but yeah, this is where we're at. I don't know, guys. Take my opinion with a grain of salt, but this is just what I'm saying. I'm not trying to be bearish or spread FUD, but I mean, after I seen the price suppression and what was going on with these market makers, I don't want to put my hope in them. I want to wait this out until we're back down here, right? So I can get back in at the low and be able to get back in. And maybe they're playing us, maybe they want us to wait, and then when it does make a big spike, they want us to jump in on another euphoria. I don't know. But definitely don't do that, because that will mess you up big time. You'll lose your money, and they're taking it right now. So, but anyway, that's all I got for today, guys. So I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I know I'm moving my investments over into to stable coins, because I know when the market does take a dump, that's what's going to happen. Is a lot of these like Bitcoin, these altcoins, they're going to move over into APR coins that are going to pay out to hold the funds there. And if you go into those early, those coins, not only will you start generating residual income from APY, but you're going to also annual percentage yields coins, but you're also going to see the coin go up in price because of these bigger people coming in and putting their coins and holding them in there to generate revenue, because they know, right, that they got to wait till the next cycle. And that's typically what we see happen, right, in some of these coins. Like, I think USDC, right? If you look at USDC right now, I'll show you this. So you look at the market cap and you go over the year, right? Or actually just do all time, right? So USDC, this is the market cap. This is the amount of money that flows into USDC. If you look at this, you can see the high of the amount of money flowing in. Check this out. Bitcoin was at its highest before the high of USDC. So what happens is, as the price of Bitcoin goes up, people are moving money out of Bitcoin and into the stable coin. So it's weird. I know if you look at this, but it's actually a credit and debit if you're looking at accounting. Imagine it as a credit and a debit, right? So as Bitcoin is moving up and people are taking money, they're debiting money out, right? Then USD is going to move up because money is flowing in. Does that make sense? It's kind of hard to explain that, because Bitcoin will keep going up in price as money flows into it, but then people are taking profits and throwing it into APY coins, which makes the APY go up. So you see both of them reflect together. It's accounting 101, right? The credits must match the debits. So this is what I'm showing you. So in the last high, right? It hit its high, the USD did, and then it started going down. Why does USD start going back down? It's because as Bitcoin drops, USD drops because people are pulling money out of USD and throwing it either back into Bitcoin as it comes down, right? Or they're throwing it into altcoins. So that's exactly what happens. So when Bitcoin comes down, right at the low, it should reflect what is happening with USDC. Now, some people will disagree with this analogy, but I'm telling you, just because I worked at a bank, I know this. I know how this works. Okay, so what we're seeing now is USD going up because Bitcoin has went up. People are pulling funds out, throwing it into stable coins right now, right? So all you're going to see is stagnation with Bitcoin or any other coin, and it's just going to do this, where it's coasting right now until bam. And when that dives, you're going to see this spike is what you're going to see. Okay, you're going to see this spike is what you're going to see, and this is going to go up higher as people throw it in. Now you've got Tether. If you look at Tether, right? Tether's sort of the same thing. And if you look at the market cap on Tether and you go to the all, look at Tether. It's identical. So it's showing a reference to money coming in. The market cap is growing, coming into Tether. Where is that money coming from, guys? Where is that money coming from? It's coming from Bitcoin. It's coming from other altcoins. That is what's happening in the market, right? So that's why you're seeing Bitcoin, every time it's going, I mean, money is flowing into these stable coins. That's showing you something. These are the red flags. These are the identifiers that's showing you that you can form a biased opinion, not your own opinion, but a biased opinion on market sentiment, what's taking place. And if you connect these, it helps you become a better investor. It helps you become a better investor. So if you're looking at USDC, let's go back and look at USDC. When would have been a good time, right, to invest in a coin? December 6th, okay? USDC, it was coming down, coming down, coming down. It was at its all-time lowest, right? So that would have been a great time to invest in coins. And if you look at Bitcoin, this is November 23rd through January 24th. So let's take a look at Bitcoin here, and let's look at the all log and see right here. Look, December. If we look right here, so see, this is when USDC was the lowest, right? Right before Bitcoin moved up, right? And then as Bitcoin moved up, so did USDC because people were taking profits and throwing it back in USDC, right? So it just shows you, right? It's a reference. It's a reference, and it's something good to understand in the market, so you can know when to invest. It's just tools. All of these are tools for you to use as an arsenal to know when to invest, when to sell, when to get out of the market, right? They're all indicators to help you in this journey of what to look at. The greed, the fear index, right? To break down the charts, the Bitcoin dominance. This just shows you, more information as far as how everything breaks down everything, right? It's if you're not using these indexes, you're missing out on understanding the market. And I hope this video can sort of provide a little bit of insight, right, into this. So that way you can minimize your risk to reward. You want to minimize your risk to reward. You want to have a better chance for reward and a lower chance for risk. If you are a high risk investor, you're going to get burnt more than likely. You have to be a low risk investor with a high chance of reward. So right now, like I said, the markets are all high. Everything I'm seeing is indicators it's going down, right? And even if you even look at the amount of money that has came in for Bitcoin, for example, here's another one. So you can look at the market cap of Bitcoin, and if you go to the market cap of Bitcoin and you look at the history of Bitcoin, okay, Bitcoin when it back in 2016 it went up. The amount of volume in the market was 22 billion. When it comes here, it comes up to 69 billion. Or I'm sorry, the market cap was 300 billion in 2017. Then it came up and hit 1 trillion. It came down to half a billion. Then it went back up a little over a trillion. So where is the progress of this chart going? It went up, hit 1.3 3.7 trillion. It just crested the high, right? But then it made another new high. So we made two highs with Bitcoin already this past year. Two highs. We double high, double top. So if you on a micro scale, if you break down this chart, right? If you break down this chart like people do, let's look at this. So when you look at the RSI trends of when to buy and when to sell, a lot of people will say on a micro scale, this is your indicator right here. This is your indicator right here. So a lot of times you'll see a move up. Oh crap, that's not the right indicator. That's not what I want. We'll do this. So you'll see this, right? It'll go up. People will sell, but then euphoria kicks in. It goes up again, and then people sell. That's what you see. So watch. This is what just happened here. Like, so it goes up, people sell, euphoria kicks in, it goes up, right? And then it corrects. I mean, it looks no different, guys. Come on. It looks no different. I mean, this is where we're at. It has to be. Has to be where we're at. So, and like always, before the move up in anything, you see a arch, right? So this is just typical. See? I mean, right? I mean, even on micro scale, if you look at it from, a 1 minute chart, right? So if you look at it from like this is on a 1 minute chart. Let me show you something here. Let's break it out to a day, or we'll do a 6-hour chart, right? So this is a micro scale. Check this out. Okay, I'm trying to prove this to you. When you look at things micro and you look at things larger, right, on a macro scale, you can see the same trend, right? Goes up, comes down, euphoria kicks in, so it comes back down, right? So you see that I just showed you this on the grand scale of things. What happens? Goes up, right? We didn't really have too much of a correction. I mean, we could in theory do that, right? On Jasmy, that could be one theory that could happen, right? But if it don't, it could just, this little dip here could have been the bam, right? Could have been that. But this is on a micro, so this is over months, not over years. But if you look at it over years, right there you go. This is what you're seeing. So the people that sell know that these are key points to prepare to exit. Right here. Right here. So they know it goes up, comes back down. That volume kicks back in. They got to get out. Bam. They know it goes up, comes down. They know it goes up. They got to get out. Bam. You can see it. You can see it on all charts. I mean, you can see it even on the micro scale. You can see what's taking place on the macro, the big scale, right? The long term. So it's no different. So we just had a huge increase with Jasmy, right? We just had a huge increase with Jasmy. Oh shoot! And this is sort of what could happen, right? We'll delete these so you don't see it. I mean, that's sort of the idea here, or actually it would be like this. And then it goes back down. Then it goes back down. So it went up, came down, bam. There you go. So the trend is showing this is what's going to happen. The macro, the big scale, proves that this is what happens. Go look at any coin. Go test this. I challenge you to go test this yourselves. What I just showed you. Go look up any coin. Do it on a 6-month chart, on a day chart, on an hourly chart. Improve this. You will see it to a T. You will see it to a T. If the math is being used on a micro scale, you better expect it's going to be used on a macro, a big scale. So when you zoom out, you can get the whole picture. So, and again, I'm just learning, and I'm with all of you guys here. None of this is financial advice, but I'm trying to look out for you guys at the same time. And I mean, this is just what I'm seeing. I mean, I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch and me to show you, these charts, right? So And look right here, Cardano. Check this out. There you go. Here's one right here. I'll show you this. Here's another one to prove what I just showed you. To prove what I just showed you that actually happens. Okay. So let's go here. Goes up, right? Comes down. Bam. Bam. There you go. There you go. Look here. Look here. This right here was over 800 days right here. Over 800 days. Okay? And look here. Hang on. That's what you're expecting. There you go. There you go. Made no different. Went up. Bam, bam. Bam, bam. I mean, yeah, I believe so, Fondue. Yes, I do. I believe 6 cents was the top. Yeah. But you've got to do the charting for yourself, and again, make the decision whether you want to believe that it's going to go higher, right, or believe that it's going to go lower. So, my opinion doesn't matter. My charting is where I'm basing my opinion on. My charting is telling me that was the high. My charting is telling me it's going lower. That's it. I I want it to go higher. Hear me. I want it to go higher. But that's not what my charting is telling me. That's not what it's telling me. So I can't tell you that it is. I can't tell you that it is. So because I have to remove emotion. That's what we should each do, is remove emotion when we trade. We have to. Because if you don't, you make bad decisions. Our emotions will have us make bad decisions. I'm guilty of it. I am 100% guilty of it. So, I mean, I think just the other day I thought it was going higher. I mean, literally, I made a video say it was. I mean, that was. And then I said I was bearish, and then I said it was going higher. I mean, I was back and forth. But see, that was my emotions. But as I looked at the last 3 days, watching the hourly chart, and then I dove into Etherscan, and then I dove into this, it's providing other points that I need to see. Where people get caught up in emotions in crypto, and I'm trying to tell you not to. I'm trying to help you set a plan. I'm trying to tell you not to remove your emotions. I promise you, become a better trader. We all will be, right? If we can learn to not use emotions to trade, and if we can learn to pay attention to the chart. The charts are there to help. It's a tool. Why do they exist? Right? Because the market makers use them. That's why we have to become a market maker. You have to become a whale, right, to become a better trader. And if you're not, and they're already the whale, and you're trying to buy, they're just taking your liquidity. So I don't know. I mean, I just hope that what I'm showing you is just tools that I'm showing you just how the market reacts, right? And I think it's just these market makers, right, that are, yes, manipulating the price. I don't know if that's the right word. They're controlling it, right? Controlling, manipulating, whatever you want to say it. But really, they're just taking profits. Can you blame them for taking our liquidity? No. No, you can't blame them for taking our liquidity. If we are not going to do the due diligence and learn how to read charts, right, and just listen to influencers tell us when to buy and when to sell, like you guys listening to me, that's why I don't tell you when to buy or when to sell. I provide the information in these videos of why, right? I just don't give you an opinion. I just don't make a post, make a video, and shill. I'm sorry, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to be one to just tell you buy, 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 buy. There is people out there that do it in Jasmy. But that is not the ones you need to listen to. You can't be listening to people. You got to be reading, learning, and growing. It's the only way you're going to be more successful. Okay? And if you do that together as a community and you learn to accept feedback, right, and have an open mind to it, we can all learn something. We can all learn something. Okay? So, but yeah, I mean, Not of Works, he made that video, and it's, being a little bearish, and I agree with him 100%. I actually was already bearish before he even made that video, and he's right on the money. So, and I think that's just both of us doing our job at reading the chart, reading the market, and giving you as much valuable input that we can, because he truly cares, right, about Jasmy. I truly care about Jasmy, but more than so, Jasmy, the community, right? So I didn't have anyone like this when I first got in Jasmy. I didn't have someone like NaughtyWorks. I didn't have the knowledge I have now, and I'm still learning and growing. So, but that's all of us, and that's why we're all here is to learn and grow. Um, if you're in the Jasmy community, but I'm just telling you, be careful. Challenge yourself. Check yourself. Is your trades on emotion? What? Why are you making a buy? What is incentivizing you to make a buy? Is it because you think the coin is low? Or is there another reason you should not be buying? You better have some information that proves you should be. Does that make sense? Because that removes you out of the equation to buy or sell. Yes, we could sell and the coin goes to 10 cents, but that's a chance. That is a chance. The trend does not say it will. If it does, then by all means, we were proven wrong. But at the same time, we know not to buy. We know to wait until the cycle's at the bottom and then invest. And then the next season is our season, your season, right? Because you now know, you've now been educated, you know what to look for, right? So as time progresses, we should all be getting better in our trades. If you're not, you're using emotional trades. You're trading on emotion. So I can't hammer that enough as far as what to do when it comes to investing, and that's why the market makers are very good. They don't use emotion, but they know when to get in at the bottom. And of course, they have lots of money. They have lots of money. So literally, I mean, they got $1 billion, and they can literally just throw in 200 million when it's at a penny, and then say, "Oh well, it's went down to half a penny. I'll throw in $2 million, whatever," and then just DCA down. They'll just DCA all the way down, then it won't affect them at all. And then when it goes up, they're way in profit. So we're against that as well. We're against the market makers that have lots of money. So we have to learn to not sell into their FOMO, right? A fear of missing out, of it going to $1 or 30 cents or none of that. If you're making your decisions based on that and you're not basing your decisions on what you're seeing, right, then you're trading based off emotion. That's bad decision making right there. We're all guilty of it. I'm guilty of it. We're all guilty of it. Just admit you're guilty of it and move on and learn to trade not on emotion, but learn to trade on what you're seeing in the chart. So let's check this out here. Let's see something here. I want to look at the 1 minute chart here and see what's going on, because almost bet you this is Jasmy. Let's actually refresh. This is the 1 minute chart for Bitcoin. So here's what we're seeing. Here's what we're seeing here. Let's see the charting. These tops. You see, this is what I was doing for 3 days straight. This is what I was doing for 3 days straight. Just charting this out minute by minute from Bitcoin to Jasmy. So if you go to Jasmy, look at the 1 minute chart. You can sort of see the same thing taking place, not as much, but I mean, you can see how they literally they're watching these points, right? When it goes up, they're selling, and if you watch the sell orders on the trade history over here, you'll see it. So you'll see it go down and up, down and up, down and up, and it. Let's pull back up here. You'll see. Look at these sellers. 28,000, right? They're literally just, it's these market make 28,000, right? Another sell 28,000. So if you time this out, if you time these out when these sell orders are taking place, it's at these highs, right? So look at this. I mean, you can literally see that green candle, right? It touched here, right on the dot. This one touched right here, right? Bam, bam. And then so they're making these lines and they're just following these lines. Okay, and that's these 28,000 sell orders. So that's how they're doing these. That's how they're doing this. So I mean, it's not hard. Look at this. I mean, you can lay this out, the tops of the candles here, and you can see right where they're. And look at this, bam, right there. Look at this. I mean, bam, right there. So Sometimes it breaks out, which it does go into a sideways movement sometimes. And when it goes into a sideways movement, this is what happens. It does this. And this is what I watched for 3 days straight with these sell orders. And it was just showing me that they know what they're doing. If it does this. This is what it does. It breaks out, but then it breaks down. And then it goes back and starts the process all over again. You can see it here. You can see it. So it broke out. Like I said, it broke out. They follow the chart, and then it goes right back down. I mean, you can see this anywhere you look when you're watching this. See, well, look at this. I mean, look at this. And I'm showing you this because this is how these market makers, they know what they're doing, right? So they follow the trends. This needs deleted. That's in the way, right? So I got this line coming across because it goes up, right? Their font goes down, right? And then people buy, right? And then they just follow the trend. They know when to buy, they know when to sell, they know when to wait, be patient, right? So this is just what I'm showing you, right? Look at this, right? Look at this. I mean, you can see these, how close these lines are. It literally just, look at this. I mean, to a T, it bounces off these lines. Bounce, sell, bounce, sell, bounce, sell, bounce, sell, bounce, sell. They know, right? So, but you got to remember, these market makers, they have billions of coins. I mean, they're transferring on Etherscan. I'm watching these wallets do this. Okay, I'm watching these wallets do this. And when they're doing this, they're taking your liquidity. So that's just what they're doing. That's just what they're doing. And it's very blatantly obvious. See, right here, look at all. They let it go up. They sell, let it go. And then they suppress it. They bring it back down because they knew the volume was here. They knew the volume was here, right? Because people are waiting to get in at lows. So that's how they're doing it. So you, as someone that can learn, right, that I'm showing you this, is when you would want to exercise this same scenario is if you bought in down here in the yellow. Got to get in at the low. You got to get in at the low. And then you utilize the same concept at the highs. It makes no sense, right, to do that right now, because if you buy now, right, you're not going to be enough in profits as it makes these small spikes to do what I'm showing you. It will not. If you try to do this now, it will not make a difference. You won't make enough because it's literally just like a percent. But on a percent for 1 million coins, that's a lot. I mean, that's a lot. But they're maximizing their profits. Okay. So, and I mean, again, see, look at this. Took the liquidity. I mean, it's just blatantly obvious. So, yeah. Yeah, Simon, we're doing good. Thank you, buddy. I hope your family's doing good as well. I appreciate you watching, and you know, taking the time to watch this video. I know it's been a pretty long video, but I've just, you know, I've tried to show a little bit of just about everything in this video of what I've seen and what I've found. So go back through and, you know, rewatch it. And like I said, I'm not holding very much right now. I've got just a little bit of Jasmy. I've sold most of it. I am holding a tiny bit, but I definitely got out because my risk is too high at this point to hold Jasmy. So I removed majority of it, and I'm holding just a tiny amount, maybe 10% of what I removed in Jasmy. So, but yeah, other coins you like, Propier. I haven't heard of either one of those, Propier or XCN. So, but you guys just got to do some market analysis on some other coins. If you plan on, you know, looking other coins to get into, there is coins out there that, you know, haven't had attention that may be a good investment still at the bottom, but that doesn't mean that it's necessarily going to go up. But right now, like I said, I'm moving my funds and stuff into coins that are doing APY, like USDC and whatnot, so that way I can earn that revenue, that APY over time. As you can see, others are starting to do that. They're starting to move it over into these APY coins. So, and there is some coins that you can find that pay quite well. You've got, I think, Polkadot's one, 6%. Polkadot is one. Um, you can see that a lot of people have moved some coin. They're holding some, have moved their money into that on the market cap. You can see it's went up a little bit. They pay a little bit. You've got Solana pays a little bit. Those are the type of coins that I am utilizing right now because I'm planning to hold long term until the next low. So when it hits the next low, all that time that I've had these coins staked or that I've had these coins held, the APY that I've earned, I will be able to utilize that for the next bull cycle. So yeah, so there's a long crypto winter ahead of us, I think. So, but again, this is not financial advice, but just from what I've seen in the market, what's taking place in the market. But yeah, as far as I think the high that we've seen with Bitcoin, I think that's what you can expect with what I just showed you, that it's going to go down. I think that's what we just end up having here before the halving cycle, right? Because people say we hit the halving cycle. But I think it was just early because of Trump getting elected. So I think this is just sort of what we can expect. So, but yeah, I think the catalyst right now is to see what happens when Trump gets in office. Have your stop losses set. This coin dumps. If Bitcoin dumps, because it does, then that's where the whole market is headed. So that's all I got for today, guys. I'm done for today. I appreciate you guys watching. Appreciate you guys all commenting in the chat. I'll try to respond if you guys have any questions. You can message me now. You used to not be able to. I don't know why, but you can send me messages if you want to send me any messages. Again, I'm not going to give you any financial advice on what to do. I'm just trying to show you what I'm seeing, as always, to try to help you guys have a better picture of what's going on in the market, where the money is flowing, so we can all make better financial decisions for the future, and none of the community gets burned. So, but that's all I got for you guys. I appreciate it very much. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share. It all helps. Every bit helps as far as my channel goes. So, but that's it. Thanks for watching, guys.